All right, today we are going to be going over FXIFY, which is a firm based out of Ireland. It's the only one that I know of that's based out of Ireland. First of all, what we look for is the support. They do have a good Discord. They do have a very rapid support. I'm not signed into my account, but I've asked them many things, and they seem like very reputable. They do have an FX firm, which is a huge boost. Unless you're a super established futures firm, it's very helpful to have multiple sources of liquidity and stuff to prevent things like having to close down rug pulls. Like obviously, as a trader, you never want to be in that scenario where you're dealing with that. I've dealt with that twice only. Um, Obviously, it's unfortunate when that happens, but when firms shut down, at least funding ticks did it properly. But I've been in situations where the firms did not do it properly. And that is one of the reasons why I make information about this stuff. So, without further ado, I trust this firm fully. Um, and I have traded with them. I'm going to be opening up new accounts this week as well to trade with them some more. And we're going to be doing giveaways for FXify in the Discord completely for free. So let's go over the offerings, and then I will tell you how I would trade it. And they do have NinjaTrader, TradingView, all that. I only use TradingView, but NinjaTrader is great. I am starting to do copy trading on Tradeovate, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, they are different than the standard account offerings, so I like that about them. Again, we're just going to run through the offerings, and then I will tell you how I would trade them personally. We'll start with the direct to sim in case anybody wants that, because it's genuinely good what they offer. But I'm not a direct to sim person because I don't like the low consistency rules that most of these firms put on here. Like it's industry standards like 20%, and I just don't love that. Because that to me mentally, especially if you have small payout caps, I'm not really a scalper as much. So if I get $2,000 in a day, then I got to make 10K to withdraw. I don't love that. And usually the withdrawal is not the max. So anyway, pay $200. You basically get a $600 account. Daily loss limit is 375. Daily drawdown is the daily loss max position of 1. You can only have 1 instant at a time. And then payouts every 14 days. We have a $400 account. Max loss is $1,200. Daily loss limit is $750. What I will say about these is the payout policy, 6K cap, great. I mean, honestly, fantastic. Like you're paying $400, you have potential if you're trading well to get 6K. 650 gets you 2,400 with a $1,500 daily loss limit, 12K cap. I mean, that's a really good offering. That's probably the one that I would say is the best value. Although 800 for 3,000, I mean, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. But I'm not going to cover that too much because I feel like the people who do direct to sim are pretty locked in on what they're looking for there. So the standard, okay. The standard has an activation fee of $125. It is $90 a month for the plan. I believe that there's no time limit too. So it's just $90, and then you have the activation fee when you pass. Reset fee is a little bit cheaper. With a code, I think this bumps down to $60 for April. It's 60 or 65, so it becomes really competitive at that point. Profit target 3K, pretty standard. Max loss 2K, pretty standard. Daily loss limit, that is exactly the same as Apex. Max positions 3, that's plenty. Minimum trading days is 4. You can have up to 3 accounts. Okay, there is consistency in the challenge and live. Profit split is 80. Okay. All these are pretty standard, so I'm not going to spend too long on these. It's the expert that I really want to talk about. 100K, profit target is 6K, daily loss limit 2K, max loss 4K. This is where it changes a little bit, I guess. And we do have the same activation fee on all of these. The activation fee does not change, okay? So with the code, 100K is pretty good value, and here's why. Is because, and then you have the buffer zone, which the buffer zone is not a lot. Let me pull this back up. The buffer zone is not a lot on these. Some of the other firms require a larger buffer, some require none, but for 100K standard is only $1,000. You can request over that, which I think is great. And you have a larger account. The industry standard is 3K max loss for 100K. So this is definitely an easier challenge, and you have more room on the funded when you get there. Max position 7, you just do not do 7. Do not do 7 contracts. Payout policies every 14 days. There is no minimum, but they have the consistency. So if you do it in whatever that is, 3 or 4 days, and you're ready for a payout, just leave it and you're good to go. 150K. This is also, I mean, they offer a lot of drawdown. They offer a lot more drawdown. So honestly, they don't charge all that much more than the other firms. They do a little bit, but to get the 6K max loss limit is pretty awesome. They charge a little bit more for the max loss limit, but then they can keep the price low because they have consistency in both. So these are good. I would say 50K, you might want to buy elsewhere. If you're looking for 150Ks or 100Ks, these are good value, really good value. But the one that I really want to talk about is the expert. And the reason why is there's no consistency on the eval. You could pass it in one day. Well, you need to do 3 minimum days, but you can get all the profit in one day. Daily loss limit of 1,500. Max loss is 2,500. Now, industry standard is 2K. Profit target's 3,500. Industry standard is 3K. So I would say that it's a little easier though, because you have space. Reset phase 125. So this is better than some pro or advanced accounts that I've seen. And you can have up to 3. And then 40% consistency in live, not a big deal. Payout split is 90%. Payout policy is 14 days. There is one thing to be cognizant of is your first payout, you can withdraw 60% above the buffer. Okay. 60% above the buffer, and your max withdraw amount is 5K. Okay. So the buffer is 1,000 on the expert accounts. So let's say that in your first 3 days of live, you ran it up to 5K. You can withdraw 60% of 4K at a 90% split. So that's really good. It's really, really, really good. And all you would have to do is wait. 100K. This is, I mean, these are good accounts. 7K profit target, again, a little bit higher, but you have this max loss limit of 4,500. Normally in prop firms, you only see that on 150Ks, but they're giving it to you right here. The daily loss limit is what the normal drawdown allowed is on a 100K. So this is really good. Okay. Really, really, really good. Consistency is the same, 14 days, profit split, very good. 150K. If you want a 150K, you want to use a code to get this down to like 270 or something. I believe it is. Profit target's 10K. So only 1K higher than standard, but they're giving you 1,500 extra drawdown. So you can put some size on here. You can actually trade this with a mini. And then if you get to the funded stage, you have a really, really good account, and the buffer is only 2K. The buffer is only 2K, and I believe the max payouts for the 150 are 15,000. So, I mean, these are really good accounts to run up. Okay. And how I would trade this firm is probably doing one of these. I would probably look to do the 100K. I've been doing in the past these 50K experts, and I might just do that again. But I need to kind of run the numbers and see what my trading style is going to expect to return here. I do love the expert 150, and there's no activation fee. So if you can get this down to like 270 with the code, I think they're running a good deal for April. Then, you know, take your time on this, trade it with one mini, really good experience and lots of payout potential there. I would say if I'm going to do the standards, honestly, for standard or expert, I like the 100 or the 150K the most. Like, and they have these rules baked in. Like, this is why I would not have any concern about this prop firm ever not paying out in the future or closing down, is because they have plenty of fail safes in here to protect themselves, and they have the Forex firm. These are not difficult rules or anything. Now, once you reach the maximum payouts per the account, which is right here, you get reviewed, and either you will go live or they will say you're not ready for live. They're going to put you on a 30-day grace period or waiting period, and then you can buy new accounts. So not a big deal. This is also only for the account that you're trading. So let's say that you have 3 expert 50Ks. You get to the max payout of 5K on all of them, or on one of them, and the other 2 you need to do more profits. It's only that one that's going to be shut down, and you just can't buy anymore for 30 days, which you still have 2 accounts. Maybe you also bought some evals then. And there you go. So I really, 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 really like this firm personally. And it offers something different. It's not just the copy paste that we kind of see in the industry right now. Not that the copy paste is bad, but it's nice to have some variety, especially if you have different approaches and you're looking for some good payout potential. But yeah, we're going to be doing 5 account giveaways every single month. We're going to be doing the 50K standards. Because what I'm trying to do with the giveaways is give these accounts hopefully to people that are learning and kind of in that period of sometimes you pass, sometimes you don't, or maybe you haven't passed an account before. Maybe you've gotten a payout, couple payouts. So I try to stick with the ones that are going to be the most straightforward to pass, and that is going to be the standard. And I think that the consistency rule is good for beginner traders. So that is something to look forward to, guys. I'll have more information about that. Definitely go ahead and join this Discord if you have any interest about learning more about FXIFY, or if you have any questions. Great firm. Great firm. I'm excited to work with them going forward. So yeah, thanks guys. I will get this video published. And then we will rock and roll going forward this week. I'm going to be planning to do all the giveaways for FXIFY in my live streams, because we already have the other giveaway going every other Friday. So I want something to reward directly to the people that are joining the live streams, trying to get in here and learn a lot.